Welcome back here on Hawk Sports Talk. We'll move to our players segment. We now have the junior forward, number 4, Christie Michals from Fairfax, Virginia. And Coach Rosati on a postgame show said that you're one of the smartest players. That's evident with your valedictorian title and 4.0 GPA from Robertson Secondary High School. How have you been able to kind of, take your smarts and make that into basketball IQ on the court?
Well, during practice, we'll stop a lot of drills and a lot of plays to break things down, and the coaches really harp on asking questions, so I don't hold back with questions, and whenever someone else asks a question, I also try to pay attention to learn from everyone else's viewpoints and hear what everyone has to say.
You guys were able to get a big victory over Vermont on the road this past week, start season off conference play. Want to know, how can this propel this team?
We just need to take the momentum. We came out in the first half kind of neck and neck with Vermont, and then in the second half we started to break away and take the lead. So we just need to take that momentum and do the same thing against Binghamton today. It doesn't matter if we are neck and neck in the first half. It's the second half that we need to really do the damage and pull out a win from.
It's been 3 consecutive games that you guys have been able to shoot 50% from the floor. What is it like in the locker room? This past game, you guys actually had the lead, but the 2 previous games prior to that, you guys were in the hole. So what is it like in the locker room when I know she's very competitive, but what is it like listening to her? Is she very intense in her 15-minute speech?
Yeah. She normally says the same thing, that we need to come out strong, even if we're up in the second going into the second half, or if we're down going into the second half, we still have to come out and have a great first few minutes. So every time she wants us to be engaged and wants us to be fired up and ready to go get them.
We're on Hawk Sports Talk. We're sitting down with the junior forward from Fairfax, Virginia, number 4, Christie Michals. Down in the Fordham tournament, probably the most key play of the game, you took an offensive charge inside the lane late in the game. You guys were able to pull off a nice thrilling come-from-behind victory, 59-55. And as soon as you did that and I realized that it was you, I said it on the air, and then I look across and Coach Riz is smiling ear to ear. And on the postgame, I had mentioned that to her, and she thinks it's the easiest thing to do on the floor, but that was your first ever charge. Kind of take us through that play and, why is it such a difficult thing, and why did she celebrate so much for you?
I'm not very graceful when I fall, so I don't normally go out and take charges. But Amber Bepko actually helped me take that charge because she was guarding the player that ran into me. And so I actually took a charge on both Amber and Amber's player. So it was kind of a team effort there. But, yeah, it's really difficult to sacrifice your body and willingly fall on the floor. And that was one of the first times I had done that. Hopefully I can get better at it and more willingly do it in the future.
Unfortunately, the injury bug has kind of plagued this team throughout the course of the season. With that has allowed other members of the team to get their number called, including you. And your numbers have increased over the past 5, 6, 7 games. Not that you're all about scoring, but you're picking up your minutes, averaging about 18 minutes. Talk about that time, about just, staying composed, and when your number got called, you're able to go into the lineup, produce, and do exactly what your team needed you to do.
The coaches have been very loud and clear this year about the different roles that different players need to have on our team. So I just try to really focus on doing what they ask me to do and take one step at a time. Don't do anything outside of my role play on the team, and just help them where I can help them most.
Finally, before we let you go, we talked about the smarts at the beginning of this conversation. International studies major. You still got another year, so we'll see you in the scarlet and white. But what does the future hold for Christie Michals?
Actually, my sister lives out in Denver, Colorado. She coaches a private high school team there, and she's been nagging me to get out there. So right now I'm actually considering going out there and maybe coaching with her in the future, or otherwise I can head back to D.C. and try to find some jobs there. So got some pretty good options looking at me.
In an ideal situation, where would you be?
I'd like to go out to Denver and try coaching with my sister. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, we appreciate the time you stopping by.
Thank you.
All right. That is the a junior forward from Fairfax, Virginia, and Christie Michals. Our next guest isn't the most prolific scorer, but if you leave her open, she'll make you pay. That interview around the corner here on Hawks Sports Talk on 91.3 FM, WWH, and WWH.org.